Okay, if you're looking for a work from home job and you're really starting to get pooped out with the endless scrolling, hopefully one of the jobs I'm sharing today will work out for you. Most of them are beginner friendly-ish, for sure entry level. I have a part-time opportunity and I'm not seeing them plastered all over the place. So let's get into them. So the first one I'm sharing comes to us from the company Shady Grove Fertility. Now, I've never heard of them before, but they have been around since 1991. They're a legitimate, prominent medical practice specializing in reproductive medicine. They have an opening for a patient services representative. This is a part-time opportunity. It is remote anywhere within the United States. I did not see any location restrictions anywhere on this job description. And you'll work Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time Zone hours. You don't have to live in the Eastern Time Zone. Just translate your local hours to those hours. So what you're going to do in this job is maintain patient accounts by obtaining, recording, and updating personal, financial, and insurance information. You'll optimize patient satisfaction, provider time, and treatment room utilization by assessing minimum patient needs and scheduling accordingly. You'll also schedule appointments and address customer and patient issues. Now, this job is more mid-entry level. They want you to have about 2 years applicable work experience. You have a high school diploma, extensive knowledge of insurance and benefits, medical terminology, and medical billing. And it's a plus you have experience working in an OB/GYN office. So yep, this is a part-time work-from-home job. Now, they're not telling us how much they'll pay anywhere on this job description, but based on my experience looking at similar roles, I have a feeling this job could pay anywhere from about $18 to $23 per hour, but I can't guarantee that. You'll have to work out your salary with them. So next up, we have a work-from-home job with the company Remax. Actually, you're going to be working in the Moto Mortgage division of Remax. So this job is for a loan processor assistant. It's full-time remote anywhere within the United States. Now, this job was posted a few weeks ago, but it's still on their careers page, so we can only assume it's still available. And I wanted to bring this one to you because it does look like a pretty decent opportunity. So what you're going to do in this job is support loan processors with tasks related to ordering and receiving services such as title, appraisals, homeowners insurance, and verifications of employment. You'll manage the statuses and follow-up communications with third-party mortgage service providers such as appraisers and title companies, collect and stack documents for post-closing compliance quality control, and execute a closing checklist to confirm that all regulated and reportable information is captured in a loan file before closing the file in the system. So they tell us it's a plus you have an understanding and knowledge of TILA RESPA Integrated Disclosure Rule. I'm not sure if I actually use the acronyms correctly or if it's just pronounced TRID. And then they tell us any necessary mortgage licensure will be managed by the company. And they want you to have about 1 year experience in a customer-facing service role. And we can see on this job description, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $38,500 up to $43,500 per year. Okay, so I have a quick PSA. I'm seeing an influx of YouTube channels in the work-from-home job niche, and I wanted to remind you to be careful when looking for a job. I don't want to be all sour grapey here, but I think this is important to say. I want to applaud and thank those YouTubers who do the hard work looking for legitimate work-from-home jobs. There are a handful of seasoned YouTubers in this niche who actually use resources other than the usual job boards, and they put in the hard work by scouring through hundreds of leads every day. Sure, there might be some overlap, that happens in this niche. But speaking for myself, I use my own resources and search techniques, so I know many of the jobs I find are not yet on the job boards. But with these new YouTubers who typically create short vertical videos, what I'm noticing is many of them either don't do the work to find legitimate leads, or they kind of do the work. And I don't think that's good enough. The ones who don't do the work just look at other videos from seasoned creators and pick and choose jobs those seasoned creators already shared, and they make a short video saying, I just found blah blah blah, knowing full well they found the info from another video. Yeah, you know who you are, and that kind of sucks because it clouds the pool and actually makes a company close out the job sooner. Then there are the creators who find a job posting on Indeed and LinkedIn and talk about it like it's a real thing. Now, I've actually checked out many of the jobs these creators shared from their brand new videos, and these jobs did not exist anywhere on the company's website. I think I checked maybe about 50 so-called jobs. So anyway, our goal is to bring original, legitimate work-from-home remote job leads to you that have been validated on the company's website. And I can only hope the lazy players get weeded out. And who knows, I may be weeded out someday. But until then, I plan on continuing what I'm doing. So now let's get back to our leads. So our next opportunity is with Finance of America, a well-known mortgage processing company with a focus on reverse mortgages. They have an opening for a customer service rep. This job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States. I did not see any location restrictions. Now I did notice this down here. They tell us the estimated fill date for this role is March 30th, 2026. So they're saying that's the fill date. I assume they're referring to that's when they expect you to start on this position. But this job was just posted yesterday, so that's a really quick turnaround time. So I'm not 100% sure if they meant to say the application deadline is that date or the actual start date is that date. But anyway, this is a customer service position where you'll deliver an outstanding customer experience with a focus on satisfaction and relationship building, handling inbound and outbound calls for new and existing customers, addressing inquiries and concerns professionally. So yep, customer service. Now your schedule will be Monday through Friday as late as 6 p.m. Pacific time zone hours. You don't have to live in the Pacific time zone, just translate your local hours to those hours. And they want you to be available and willing to work on Saturdays as needed. You need a high school diploma, and they want you to have about 1 year experience in customer service or a call center environment. Sales experience is preferred. It's just preferred, it's not required. And this is something we do not see on every customer service related job descriptions, but I think they really should start adding it. They want you to be thick-skinned and you're able to maintain a professional demeanor even during difficult conversations. That comes with the territory in customer service. And then, of course, you need all your typical soft skills, including knowledge in Microsoft Office Suite. And we can see on this job description, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000 per year. FoodSmart has an opening for an AR/AP specialist. This job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States. I did not see any location restrictions anywhere on this job description. Now, I do know this job has been around for at least a week, but it's still on their careers page, so I can only assume it's still available. So this is your typical accounts receivable, accounts payable kind of position, where you'll manage the full cycle of the company's accounts receivable and payable process. You'll support the day-to-day operational accounting activities, including AR and AP, work with other departments within the company to support business transactions and ensure proper accounting treatment, and also assist with external audits, providing documentation and explanations as required. So yep, you'll do accounts receivable and accounts payable. You need to be analytical, you're an effective communicator, you can work independently, and you're highly detail-oriented and dedicated to quality and accuracy. Now for this job, they would like you to have an associate's or a bachelor's degree in accounting, finance, or a related field, and 3 to 5 years experience in a corporate accounting function such as AR, AP, or billing. Now I know I said these jobs are entry level, so if you don't quite have 3 years of related experience, but you're going to school in this area, or you're really interested in a job in this position, if it was me, yep, I would definitely go for this one. Now they prefer you have experience with using NetSuite and you're strongly proficient in Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets, and it's a plus you have experience with RCM billings and medical claims management. And those last two things are just pluses and preferred. And we can see on this job description, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $55,000 to $65,000 per year. So our last work from home job is with Foundation Finance Company, no stranger to this channel. They have an opening for a project coordinator. Now this job is full-time remote. However, it looks like they're only hiring in about 30, 31, maybe up to 32 states within the United States. So fingers crossed, hopefully you live in one of the states you see on your screen right now. So this is your typical project coordinator kind of job where you'll organize, track, and facilitate day-to-day project activities for the business intelligence and data analytics team. You'll assist in coordinating project activities, resources, schedules, and task assignments across multiple work streams, oversee project requirements, and monitor progress against timelines, identifying potential delays, and escalate issues to project leadership. You'll also create and maintain project documentation and facilitate regular check-ins, stand-ups, or working sessions to keep teams aligned and informed. And they have a few more details. If interested, read through the details. So for this job, they want you to have a bachelor's degree in business, information system, analytics, or a related field, and at least 1 year experience in project coordination, business operations, analytics support, or similar role. It would be helpful but not required. Helpful you're familiar with project management concepts and methodologies, and they prefer you have experience with productivity and collaboration tools. And those last two things are just preferred and helpful, not required. And when it comes to the salary, going back up to the top of the job description, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $55,000 to $70,000 per year. So that's all I have for you in this video. Hopefully one of these work from home jobs works out for you. But if not, you can find some in this video right here and hang Hang in there, guys. Your job is out there. The more opportunities I come across, the better your chance is of finding your perfect work from home job. Thank you so much for visiting. I truly appreciate your support, and I'll meet you on the next job lead.